Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com. Now, in a previous video, I mentioned the fact that this year, 2025, is the 150th anniversary of the birth of Ravel. And I spoke in that video of some of the stupid things that labels have done in the name of Ravel, particularly the Ravel orchestral music cycles on Deutsche Grammophon, where they have 4 of them, 3 which are terrific, and 1 is the one they're promoting, which sucks, or the one that's most recent, which sucks in any case. And while this was happening, and I was thinking about all this stuff and what they're going to do in honor of Ravel for his 150th, given the fact that his music is so well known, and it's there's not that much of it. He wrote very little, comparatively speaking. Jed called me up and said, you got to hear this Ravel piano music cycle with François-Xavier Poizat. Here it is. Now, it's not just a piano music cycle. It's the complete works with piano, as opposed to the complete piano works. Get the difference. Complete works with piano. That means all of his accompanied songs, all of his chamber works with piano, his concertos, the whole deal. It's all in here on 6 discs. And it's fabulous. Jed said, it's wonderful. You're going to love it. And he wrote a review of this, I think, for Gramophone. Actually, I read his review, which was, as usual, quite detailed and perspicacious. And I played this and I've enjoyed it tremendously. It was hard to get. For reasons I don't quite understand, this is a difficult set to source. It doesn't ship quickly. It takes a while to show up. I don't know what the deal is with distribution. It's on Aparte Music. And I just wish it were easier for all of you folks to find if you're looking to get it, because this is the kind of thing that ought to be done for the Ravel, centenary and a half, or whatever you call the 150th. It really ought to be, because what you get is all the piano music that we know, the concerti that we love, and a lot of stuff that we don't know that well. It's not that well known. I mean, his songs with piano, well, they're not, everyday listening. And even his chamber works, the violin sonata and the piano trio, those things, they're not that well known. So it's great that they're here, and they're all outstanding performances. That's the point. I mean, the piano concertos. Let's start with the piano concertos, because that's CD1, European Birth and Views Across the Atlantic. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. Each of these discs has a title, but we'll take them one at a time. All right, so Views Across the Atlantic probably has to do with the jazz influences in the 2 pianos, and in the concerto form is his European Birth, or whatever it is, who cares? Boy, are they good. I mean, these are like the best performances since Samson Francois. They are clear-headed and brilliantly played, virtuosic to, in ways that, the virtuosity that belies virtuosity. It's just effortlessly musical. The finale of the G major concerto is full of music. It's not just a scampery, nonsensical thing. The slow movement of the same concerto just flows beautifully with the right simplicity and elegance. The left-hand concerto is deep and dark and moody, and the jazz interlude in the middle is full of color. And they're wonderful. They're absolutely wonderful. And actually, the orchestra, you have to say, it's the Philharmonia. It comes with a wonderful booklet. The booklet includes all the texts and translations. Yes, isn't that wonderful? So that's great. And you've got, let's see, the piano concertos with La Valse for solo piano. And let's see, the bonus, Improvisation on the Lamp is Low, inspired by Ravel's Pavane. Okay, so we get an improv by the guy. It's the Philharmonia under Simone Menezes, conductor. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Fabulously well done. Beautiful accompaniments, beautiful sonics. So, I'll do it with the booklet, actually. That makes life easier. Really, really sets us up for wonderful stuff to come, and so it proves. Okay, CD2, Solo Piano and 4 Hands, Miniatures and Rarities, The Birth of a Genius. All right, so you've got the Pavane, the Minuet Antique, the Serenade Grotesque, Jeu d'eau, the Sonatine, a beautiful version of the Sonatine. My goodness, it's just, Poizat, that's his name here. Yeah, Poizat is really, really good when Ravel is being particularly classical with that sort of poised elegance and clarity. He's very, very, he's in that mode, generally speaking. There are crazier, more, romantic, virtuoso versions of some of these things, of course. But the approach works with all of Ravel's music because that clockwork precision is always there. And he also understands the need to take his time, and not just dash things off, to allow things to take shape and to give things a certain, color and form. And it's just great. Anyway, so the sonatine is wonderful. And Miroir, he just handles the double notes in Alborada del Gracioso so effectively. It's beautiful. Un barque sur l'océan, it flows like water. It's all there. It's great. Let's see, Seat auriculaire, that's here, and some other little things, like some little things that you don't hear that often. And then you get solo piano in four hands 2 on CD 3. Tombeau du Couperin, beautiful performance of that. Gaspard with, again, as Jed pointed out, a scarbo that is evil. In other words, it takes its time to build and sink in. It's really, really twitchy and grotesque. It's just wonderful. And Mother Goose, which is, of course, God, I love that music. I don't care how you arrange it. And the Valses Nobles, which are appropriately hard-edged and crunchy in their dissonance, but also elegant and waltzy and wonderful. CD4, chamber music. This is strings from east to west, whatever that means. You have the posthumous violin sonata, the regular violin sonata, and let's see, the piano trio and a couple other. Zigana is there. Ugh. But you've got, let's see, Poizat is playing the piano, obviously. Jamie Walton is cello, Michael Foyle violin, and they are right on board with him. They are as good as he is. And the performances are just gorgeous. And then we've got songs 1 and songs 2, voices of men and voices of angels. And you've got, lots of singists. And the singists are all very singerly. Thomas Dollier, baritone, Brenda Poupard, mezzo-soprano. Then you've got, flute and cello, and because some of these things are for chamber ensemble. And let's see, who else have we got? Anyone you've heard of? Well, probably not particularly. Suzanne, Gerosmi, soprano. They're all great. And the quatuor voce in the Mallarmé poems and a couple other things like that. So I don't want to, go into every single piece here because there's a lot of them. And it's just great. You can get the cast list of the Philharmonia Orchestra, this booklet. It's done with such class. The whole production, enormous class, intelligence, and it fills in gaps in your Ravel discography in a way which is fantabulous. It really is. It'll be interesting to see what happens actually in the Ravel piano music sweepstakes as the anniversaire year goes on, because I want to see if Naxos, re-releases Abby Simon's Vox set, which is still, in many ways, the reference recording for Ravel piano music. It's more prickly than Poizat. It has, I think, a little bit more punch and virtuoso dash. This is a little bit more refined, but it's a perfectly legitimate approach to the music, and there are no weak performances in here, anywhere. So if you're looking to round out your Ravel collection for the Ravel year, and you don't want to get just the same old stuff, and this wasn't terribly expensive, I think, either, actually. It's a pretty good deal, as I recall. 50 some odd bucks, maybe, I'm guessing, so don't hold me to that. But it took some time to get, but it was worth waiting for. And it's worth talking about and worth listening to, for sure. A beautiful concept, extraordinarily well realized. I hope productions like this last for a little while. I really do, because they deserve to. So it's François-Xavier Poizat, piano in the complete Ravel works with piano. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.